Happy Monday, everybody, and welcome back to the CO2 Rundown. I'm Chad Owens, and yeah, very exciting show. As always, we got our sports guru, Steven Tsai, joining us to discuss Hawaii's upcoming bowl game, the New Mexico Bowl. They're taking on University of Houston in Frisco, Texas. We're going to touch on the Aloha Stadium a little bit, and as well as Tua Tagovailoa taking on Marcus Mariota this weekend. That's going to be exciting. And yeah, it's Christmas week. And we are all looking forward to seeing, whether we were naughty or nice, and seeing if we got what we wanted under that tree. And look, quick reminder, football fever. Don't forget to pick up a ballot and compete with myself and the rest of the panel this week. $500 cash up for grabs. I know that could help a lot of people right now. So go ahead. It's free. Go get a Honolulu Star-Advertiser newspaper. Go to the sports section. Fill out your NFL picks for this week. And make sure you turn it in on Wednesday. I will be reminding you again then. Look, before we jump in, I want to say thank you to our sponsors, Mercedes-Benz of Honolulu, Windows Hawaii, Hawaiian Telcom, and Long's Drugs. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's jump on in to the CO2 Rundown. All right, we got Steven Tsai joining us here on the CO2 Rundown today. Steven, appreciate you joining us again on this beautiful Monday afternoon.
It's a beautiful day in paradise. Pretty close to Christmas too.
Oh yeah, we're almost there. I see you got some pretty cool jackets. I see there. I mean, you got a couple of suits in the closet. I mean, it's a pretty cool wardrobe. Fix the pulley. What's that about, Steve?
That's the pulley's been broken. So we got this friend who makes these shirts, and he says, "Let's fix it." He fixed a lot of things. Maybe I should have said "Fix Aloha Stadium," huh?
Oh, yeah. Hey, I like that. We'll talk more about the Aloha Stadium.
We can make some money doing that.
Look, we just love your expertise in sports, and specifically, upcoming is the UH football game against Houston, the New Mexico Bowl, which is being played in Frisco, Texas, because of COVID. We kind of touched on it last week.
I heard you got a prediction about who's going to win the game, right?
Yeah, man. I got 100. It's 100%. Right? This is 100%, man.
100%.
Bet, guys, if you're watching this, bet on this. 100% that UH is going to win.
There you go. Can't go wrong. That's a money bet.
Can't go wrong with that, man. UH is gonna win. Look, so they're out there. They're heading out there today. If they haven't left already, we talked about this last week when they got announced that they're going to be playing in the New Mexico Bowl.
Yeah,
I want to get into more sort of the keys to Hawaii being able to win. Joking, 100%. Yeah, they're both UH, University of Hawaii, University of Houston, but they got University of Houston winning 80%. Like that's predictions right now that we are the underdog. So what do we need to do come game day?
Well, first thing you got to do is you got to travel well, and I think they're taking a charter flight out there. They're going a little bit early. The reason they're going to get there on a Monday, as opposed to later in the week, it's because it's they have to get tested tomorrow, Tuesday to get tested. They pass everything, play the game on Thursday, but that's normally the procedure. And by also testing on Tuesday, that allows you to come back on Thursday night, so you can fly and make the 72-hour window of Hawaii's quarantine rule. So just a matter of just getting comfortable, just getting there, and it's a long way for Hawaii. It's not a very far away for University of Houston. I know it's on the other part of the state, but it's still in the same state. And that's a big state, but it's still, more of a home field advantage for University of Houston. So I think that's one of the things that's always got to just get acclimated and get comfortable.
And I think that'll play, that'll help, right? Because we get to get there early. We get to sort of get acclimated to the weather, time change. I remember going and, Coach Jones would keep us on Hawaii time, so we really didn't try to adjust. But these guys are going out there so early. I think they'll have some time to adjust, and that's huge. That's huge.
Uh,
Um,
the other thing too is that it'll be a game played on a soccer field. That'll be the second time this year they played on a soccer field. They played San Diego State in Carson, California, on the LA Galaxy soccer field. This one, another soccer field, which means one other thing. I think it's a grass field, and that's a little bit of a difference too for Hawaii, playing on from turf to grass.
yeah, huge difference. I mean, it's in the speed, right? The speed of the game. Speed cutting. Football is different on grass. I like it for some other reasons. The joints don't take a pounding. It's softer. You can plant your foot in the ground a lot harder, but the response isn't the same. So it's going to be interesting to see, the way these guys are moving out there, and when they get the ball in their hands, and DBs making breaks on receivers and stuff like that. So it's going to be an exciting game, and this got brought up. I actually had a conversation about the 2003 Hawaii Bowl, and that was the last time that Hawaii played Houston. Do you think that still is a sour taste in their mouth, and the whole fight after they took 2 L's that day? They lost a game, a hard-fought game, back and forth battle, and then they lost a fight after the game. So,
right.
Like,
and I think they called that game Mele, Melee, like a melee fight. Kalikimaka. I mean, it was a battle, and you're right. That's one thing to lose a game, but to lose a fight, I think for some people it's more important to win the fight than the game sometimes. Bowl game, everybody goes home with prizes, but you lose a fight. I don't know, but it was crazy. It was the greatest fight for people wearing helmets, because that's crazy to do that, but it was a great fight. I think that's where UFC was born.
Yeah. Look, 17 years, man. I definitely think that they are probably a little extra fired up, a little extra motivated, and I think we are too. I think it's an opportunity to prove that we can go away. I think this is only in the last however many years, Stephen, it's been since we've traveled away for a bowl game.
Yeah, it's the
right.
The Sugar Bowl. So this is kind of a big deal. It's a far way to go too.
It's a long ways, man. So definitely looking forward to it. The thing that I'm a little disappointed and a little sad about is that they don't get the experience like we talked about, like a normal bowl week with all the festivities and activities. But it does allow them to focus and just on the task at hand, and that's just going out there and winning a football game. So definitely looking forward to that. Make sure we all tune in come Christmas Day. Look, Aloha Stadium. You talked about it. Fix the Aloha Stadium. Well, they've announced that they're not going to be doing any future events. Whatever has been in the schedule, they're going to finish off, and they're going to start prepping and planning and getting ready for a fix for a new Aloha Stadium. Right. So what are your thoughts there?
I think that they have to, whatever they did, the posturing, the ploy, whatever they did to get the attention of legislators, because I believe in the last 4 years, they've only funded repairs 1 year. And as you know, it's kind of like, I don't know what kind of car you had growing up or what you have now, but for me, I lived that car that needs an oil change every now, needs a little fixing and everything. And their stadium just was being ignored, and it's getting to the point where it can be a little bit dangerous, and especially for the fans. The players, the field's fine, the locker rooms are fine, everything's fine, but for the fans, it's becoming a little safety issue. Just walking a little walkway separating from the end zone to the sidelines. Things are just kind of dangerous. And I think this was sort of a cry for help, like saying, if we don't get help, if we don't get some money to fix it, we're not going to be able to play any games there. And I think that catches the attention of people, or hopefully it should catch attention. Hopefully they can fix this, throw some money to it. They can play over there, because some of the alternatives, playing at high schools or playing on Maui, that's just not really a better option. It's better to play at a low stadium.
Right. No, I agree. Boys need a home. They deserve a home. And hopefully, however it works out, it's going to be for the best, for the fans, safety of the fans and players, and just the overall experience of both sides, right? Players, fans, and everyone involved. State of Hawaii. I think it's well deserved, and it needs to happen. Let's transition here.
And I think one other thing though, I just said real fast, but I really think they need to have fans because they've got 1 year without fans.
Oh.
If you go 2 years without your fans, you're going to lose your fan base. You need people
Yeah.
to grow up. You know, you grew
Yeah.
up watching UH football. You need the kids. You need people to grow up, and you get out of that habit of going to games. That could hurt down the road.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Okay.
I agree. It becomes an
Sorry for
experience.
interrupting
you. No, you good. The game is one thing. I want you to interrupt me. Those types of things, Stephen. It's that's what it's about. You know, the game is needed. The players, we need fans in the stands for sure. But I think it's the overall experience, the game day experience for the fans. You know, being there X amount of hours before the game, making it a day. You know, it's not just a 3-hour game that you're there for. You're putting in your schedule game days, Aloha Stadium. It's a day, and I think the experience is what will attract the fans. So that's what I'm looking forward to next year, and hopefully sooner than later, right? Let's transition. Tua Tagovailoa is having himself a I think a really good start to his NFL career, a really good rookie season coming off the bench, at that point in the season when he came off. And he just beat the Patriots yesterday. It's a struggling Patriots, but nonetheless, Tua rushed for 2 touchdowns, did his thing. He's playing like sort of like this isn't his rookie season. He's got that type of poise, right? But interesting game coming up this week. He's taking on Marcus Mariota, fellow, St. Louis alum, both of them, Hawaii boys, and they're going to Vegas and taking on the Raiders. And Marcus took over there because of the injury to Derek Carr. So, man, what are your thoughts about this matchup?
It's kind of one of those things where you if you have 2 sons and they're playing against each other, you kind of want the both to do well. You're rooting for both, and I mean, the best thing is they're both on offense, so they're never going to face each other. It'd be great for them to just have their own shootout and see how they do. But you kind of have to root for both of them because they're just above all just being good players. They're really good people, and you got to root for good people who love the game, who love the community, who want to do things for it, and they want to represent Hawaii. And that's what you root for, and that's why the interest is for Hawaii people for this game is because they feel that they're involved in this game. We always talk about fan involvement. Well, I think fans feel they're involved in this game because it's 2 people who really love Hawaii reach out and make you part of the game. They don't shut you out and say, we're playing, you guys just stay on the side. They're making you feel like, hey, root for us. We're playing for Hawaii.
Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, man. I think both those guys represent Hawaii as best as they possibly can. I think they set a standard on how it should be done when it comes to Hawaii athletes going on and doing things, and they did it at the collegiate level as well, right? And then they're just became just amazing pros. So I'm looking forward to it. Just and who knows, maybe I can somehow get to Vegas and catch up with these guys. I think
you need to get to Vegas. You need to get to Vegas, and maybe when you get all your winnings from betting on either I'll get you there. But yeah, you need to get there, Chad. You make it an event, and have the 3 guys who represent Hawaii the most. 4 if you bring Max there. I mean, that's that's the Mount Rushmore of Hawaii athletes.
We should make it a thing. No, that's amazing. I'm rooting for both guys, man. I might have to just wear an 8 the first half, 1 the second half, or every quarter switch it up. I don't know. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I definitely love both those guys. I talk to my son about both those guys all the time and their character. I think that's the biggest thing that they bring to the table, which we talked about. And I'm just proud of both of them, So looking forward to this game, looking forward to seeing them do their thing, and hopefully, maybe, just maybe, I can witness it in person. We'll see.
You got to do it. Got to be there.
Well, look, Stephen, I appreciate you so much, man, for making yourself available today. And look, good luck with fixing the pulley. And we'll touch base, man. Have a Merry Christmas if I don't talk to you, if I don't see you. And I look forward to seeing you again come next week, Monday.
Yeah. And the thing too is when you're up there, go flash a little secret sign to us to let us all know that hey, you're saying hi to your big viewership back home.
Right here. Here's a secret sign right here.
There you go. Double shotgun.
If you got something else, man, shoot me a message, Steven.
All right. Take care. Thanks for having me on.
Appreciate it.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Mahalo, Steven. Always a pleasure to talk to you, brother. Yeah, fix the pulley. That's I guess that's a project for another time. But look, we talked about the upcoming game and the keys to our boys taking advantage of that one. We need to bring back that warrior fight from 17 years ago. As we talked about in that bowl game in the Hawaii Bowl in 2003, we tough fought game, back and forth, we battled, and then there was a little scuffle after the game. So, but it takes that. It takes that deeper rooted warrior, that fight inside to win some of these ball games. And let's just bring that this coming Christmas Day in the New Mexico Bowl. And Aloha Stadium, lots of memories. Looking forward to the future of that, like we talked about. And then definitely, I'm trying to see if I can get to Vegas to catch Tua and Marcus in action this weekend. Who knows? But look, that is it for today's show. I want to thank you guys all so much for tuning in. And like I talked about, I was jokingly excited about the gifts under the tree this week, but more importantly, I think this is a time of year as we can be a gift to someone else. A lot of people, myself included, 2020 has been somewhat of a struggle. Let's just go ahead and say it. It's been a struggle. So, hey, if you know someone out there that is struggling, that is having a hard time, reach out. Let's see what we can do to put some things together. Hey, I'm always down to give. So make sure we're giving this holiday season, because that is the best gift that you can receive, is being able to give. I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Aloha.